For years, Ruby Franke's family vlog, 8 Passengers, appeared to be just another piece of the booming YouTube family content world. Smiling kids, daily routines, and a mother guiding her family in front of millions of viewers. But behind the polished thumbnails and choreographed moments, many viewers sensed something else, something unsettling. The following compilation provides a closer look at Ruby Franke through the moments that raised concerns among her viewers long before she made the headlines. For a deeper look into this case, be sure to watch our full documentary on Ruby Franke.
Instead of crying, you need to use words to tell me.
Because I was scared of you because you were being so mad.
If you cut one more thing in my house, I'm going to take the scissors, look at me, and I'm going to cut its head off.
You give me some breakfast.
You don't need food. Stop crying or I'm going to have you go upstairs and you won't have any breakfast. And my kids are literally starving. I hesitate to say this because it's going to sound like I'm like a mean barbarian. I told the kids, I said, I'm not even going to let you eat breakfast.
You're going to lose the privilege to eat dinner. In this home, you don't get personal space because this is my space because I'm the parent. If you want your own personal space, you'll need to get your own space. This is mine.
I just got a text message from Eve's teacher, and she said that Eve did not pack a lunch today, and can I bring a lunch over to the school? This happens quite often when you're raising children, because I know that her teacher is uncomfortable with her being hungry and not having a lunch, and it would ease her discomfort if I came to the school with a lunch. But I responded and just said, Eve is responsible for making her lunches in the morning, and she actually told me she did pack a lunch. So the natural outcome is she's just going to need to be hungry. And hopefully nobody gives her food and nobody steps in and gives her a lunch.
Russell, what did you just tell me about your night? This was a rough day, huh?
He barks like 12 times in a row.
Yeah, he's been throwing up. It's been a rough evening.
Yeah. I'm not laughing. I've joined his party.
Yeah.
I peed like twice. It was really bad.
Everybody is getting sick, and Russell has thrown up blood. I lost track after about 20.
Oh.
So we're gonna set up camp here in the bathroom. We're gonna put a pillow and a blanket by the toilet, and you can camp out in the bathroom, okay? Do you want to do that?
Do you want Grandma to sleep on the floor with you?
No.
Okay.
Abby, do you remember ever doing that with Grandma? What did you do?
Wait, when that happened, like the toilet was right here.
But you remember sleeping up by the toilet?
We slept in this part of the room. We put blankets on the floor and a couple of pillows. She was just a little girl.
I was like 5 years old.
Why does it feel so good to sleep in the bathroom when you're so sick?
The cold floor does a sick body good. Okay, let's get you to bed. All right, Russell, I'm ready to make your bed, okay? Let's see what we can come up with. Okay, what do you think, Russell? Is this bed gonna work? If you need anything, you can get me, okay? I sent Daddy over to the store. He's gonna go get some Pedialyte for you, okay, and some popsicles and ginger ale. So if any of those sound yummy, I can give them to you, okay?
But don't get them off to me.
Right, because that would make you sick. You just need to decide what sounds good and sip a little bit. Would a popsicle sound good, or a little bit of ginger ale, or some like Pedialyte? What do you think?
I like popsicles.
Okay. You just wait here. Try to get some rest, okay? Close your eyes. You get to bed. You're supposed to be in bed.
She always get out.
I know. Okay. I love you, Russell.
Good night, Mom.
Good night.
Can you just close the door just a little though?
Sure. I won't close it a lot. Close your eyes. This is what love sounds like. When you see someone hurting, you acknowledge the hurt. If your kid came to you on fire, would you say, I'm so glad you trusted me to tell me you're on fire, but if I put out the fire, that's going to really hurt and you're going to end up with scabs anyway, so I'm just going to love you where you are right now? No, you throw them on the ground and you start rolling them. You get a blanket and you start hitting the flames, and they're going to say, you're hurting me, you're beating me, you're controlling. It's like, no dear, hold still, I'm getting the fire out. That's what a loving parent does. And because nobody will do it, it looks to the world crazy. And because they've never been loved before, it looks like I'm angry. To them, it looks like I'm controlling. It looks like I'm militant. It looks like I'm a monster. It looks like I'm mean. It looks like I'm full of hate. It looks like I'm not accepting it, because they don't know what love looks like. Is that it? You're all going to listen? If you have something in the bag that you would like out, you can pay cash for it. So you learn the value of your items. Or you can give what? Dad, I'll let you take the conversation from here.
You can do an equivalent value chore to get it back.
What's it?
And whatever isn't claimed by the end of the day goes in the garbage.
For 7 months, and then you give it back like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think our viewers know that.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October, and they gave my room back like 2 weeks ago. Oh, I'll give you the reason why I lost my bedroom. I think so. I think this is the reason. At least this is the reason that's been in my head. It's pretty funny, but now that I look back, I mean, it's pretty depressing.
No, we never told our viewers.
That I woke Russell up at 2 in the morning and told him that we're going to Disneyland and he has to pack. And he got up and made his bed all neatly and then packed all his clothes in a suitcase. And then he walked out the door and I'm like, Russell, he's like, what? And he's all happy. Has his sunglasses on.
Do you think it's funny? Because
And then I walk out.
if you think it's funny, then that was 7 months ago. Maybe you need longer without a bedroom. Eat dinner.
Very
Chad,
nutritious.
what are you doing over there? You no texting at the dinner table. No texting.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
I see it.
We should clarify that in our house, all our kids know that cell phones are free game for parents, so we can monitor safety.
Yeah, no kid ever said, yay, I'm so glad my parents read my text messages. Said no.
What is this? I really like you. Hold on.
I did not say that.
How do you work this stupid phone?
The only downside to giving your kids a flip phone is I swear I have to remember how to work it every time I go through it. Who are you texting?
No one.
A new girlfriend.
Whoa. I really like you. I saw you in my dreams last night.
I'm telling you, it's not her, it was her brother. Look, go down. She said, I'm so sorry, that was my brother.
Did
How
she?
do I go?
I saw you in my
Look,
Oh my gosh, sorry, that was my brother. What is the nature of your relationship with this individual? I mean, there's like 300 texts in here.
Do you like her, or do you just like her? She's a new friend.
that is really, really messy. I don't know.
I seen him with her and he likes her.
Does she like you back?
Probably.
Well, you know it's a serious video when it's me sitting down and talking. But if it's the two of us sitting down and talking, it's like
Even more serious.
really serious.
We debated whether we should talk to the viewers about what's been going on.
We wanted to do the right thing. So we got a lot of opinions from a lot of adults.
We decided it was best to clue you guys in on what's been going on a little bit with Chad, and why Ruby and I are in a hotel room right now in Phoenix, Arizona.
And it would also explain why you haven't seen Chad. Have any of you noticed you have not seen Chad in any of the videos? This is why.
For like a week, right?
I think by the time this video goes up, it's probably been 2 weeks,
2 weeks
since you've seen Chad. Okay, so I don't even know where to begin. I feel like this all happened so fast that I don't even, like, it was a whirlwind. I think parents will relate to this. Have you ever been in a situation with your kids where you just like, you know you have to act? Kind of like when your child runs out into the road. I've had this experience with each of my 6 kids, so it's like traumatic. I've done this with each of my kids where your child runs out into the road and you don't have time to emotionally process it, you just act. You just run out there and you grab your kid, and then by the time you get yourself and your kid to safety, then the emotions start pouring in and you start crying and you realize how close you came to losing your kid. That's what I feel like I'm experiencing now. Like the last 2 weeks I've just been like, go, 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 do it. This is what we're doing. And now that we're sitting in the hotel and I have like Chad's bag of belongings, now the emotions can set in and now I can cry. I haven't let myself do that yet.
Okay, so you're probably wondering what the heck we're talking about. Chad today has just entered the Anasazi Foundation Wilderness Therapy Program, where he's going to spend the next 8 to 10 weeks living in the
Anasazi Desert.
Yeah, the desert mountains of Arizona. And he'll be with counselors and other youth that are trying to figure some things out. So you're probably wondering, what did Chad do? Okay, we're not even going to entertain that stuff, but it's an accumulation of things over years, well before we ever started YouTubing or well before we ever got into social media. And it's reached a point where Chad needs to develop some very basic maturity and skills that he's going to need as an adult. And
this is a chance for like a reset, like a start over, like a do-over, like a fresh beginning.
Yeah. So the idea is with wilderness therapy is if you can survive with these peers in the wilderness with nothing more than the clothes on your back and a couple of field supplies, then there's nothing in this world that you can't tackle.
We did give him a choice. The choices were limited. We had like 3 or 4 choices on the table, and we made it clear what our boundaries are as a family, where we're willing to go, and what we would like to see. Our expectations were very clear. And we made it clear if these expectations, these basic everyday expectations aren't met, if you don't live within this parameter,
or demonstrate just basic life skills.
Basic life skills, basic stuff that every adult needs to learn, then this is where we're going. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. These are our options. And it came to this Anasazi camp. He was like, what is my packing list? Like, what do you pack to go on a wilderness camp? I don't know. I've never done this before. And so I'm like, let me find out. We'll find out. And the guy says, oh, you don't need to bring anything except 36 pair of underwear. When Chad heard it, he was like, I really am going to go live in the desert in my underwear.
Which he's not. They provide everything. They provide everything from the sleeping bag to the clothes that the kids wear.
They give them the shoes.
To the backpack, the shoes. They provide the food that they have to make.
The canteen. Like, they provide everything that you need. They do not sleep in tents. They sleep on the bare ground. And
whatever shelter they can make.
Or if they can make a shelter, they can sleep in the shelter they make. So if the apocalypse ever comes and the zombies come to get us, we'll be very grateful Chad is trained.
He's going to learn how to make
survival.
A fire from sticks and kindling. We did meet these kids, a lot of these kids that got off the trail today, and to hear them talk and to hear how their experience went and to meet their parents was both humbling and exciting and terrifying. Scary. And all of these things combined. Chad, to be honest, is excited. You know, no one's forcing him, no one's dragging him. He's actually really looking forward to this based on the conversations that he's had with the counselors already, and what they call the trail walkers. These are the folks, the adults that are out there with the kids in the field. He's going to have an awesome experience, and I can't wait to see how he's going to
mature out there
and mature after this
He's
experience.
gonna have a lot of growth and a lot of time to think and decide really the quality of person he wants to become. I'm really proud of him. I'm really excited. We will be coming back here in a couple of months and get to hike with him.
Yeah, we'll spend 2 nights out there in the wilderness with Chad, and
he's gonna show us how to get water. He's gonna show us
he's going to show us how to survive. He's going to keep us alive is what he's going to do.
Yeah, and they said like it's like the real wilderness out there. There's snakes, there's bears, there's coyotes, cougars. Like it's the real deal.
We want Chad to have some of those experiences.
I think close encounters would be good for him.
Yeah, because those types of experiences can teach you what's really important.
And he'll come home and he'll be like, dude, I survived and there were bears. I can do anything. I'm not scared at all about that kind of stuff. What I lose sleep over is when kids start self-sabotaging their own efforts.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that really concerns me.
Just to stick it to their teachers or to stick it to their parents or family.
And the only person they're really hurting is themselves.
Yeah, and that's the kind of behavior that we're hoping this program can help Chad correct. And so
we're not thinking that anyone's going to be like fixed or corrected, but like
reveal it to him.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it.
Yeah, because no one can fix anybody. A person has to choose if they're going to make changes in their lives. And so I think this experience will reveal Chad and everyone else who's out there to themselves, and they can learn to better themselves or just stay in the mud.
Yeah,
you know
they
what
were
I mean?
saying that the Anasazi way is where nature will reflect back to you the choices that you make. If you choose not to make a shelter, you're just gonna freeze at night. If you choose not to build a fire, or if you choose not to humble yourself and learn how to build a fire out of sticks, then you just eat a very cold, undelicious, unsatisfying meal.
So bottom line, it's going to be a long time before any of us sees Chad. We'll hear from him weekly in letters, the family will, and we'll write letters to him. But in the meantime, if everyone could keep your thoughts and prayers for him and our family, and we're excited to see how all of us, not just Chad, but all of us, are impacted and changed by this experience.
Chad's on the trail, but at home, we're also going to be on a trail. We're going to be walking alongside of him, and we're going to be making commitments for us to change and for us to try to become better parents for Chad and for our other kids. And so we're going to make commitments, and we're going to make sacrifices too. And one of the things I committed to doing today is to go to our temple once a week.
So if you're curious and want to learn more, you can search Anasazi Foundation on Google. And they have a website, lots of YouTube videos. You can check them out and see what they're like. This isn't a sponsored video, but we were very impressed with this program, and this is why we chose to go with this program versus any of the other many wilderness programs out there.
Yeah. We've always believed in being honest with you guys. We are not into playing with your emotions as viewers, because I know you guys are really invested in our family, especially those who have been watching us for years. And I feel a responsibility to be upfront with you and honest, and I think you can handle what we've just told you with respect and with grace and with understanding and without judgment. That's what I expect from our viewers.
We'd ask that you not blow this out of proportion or make this dramatic in any way. A lot of families, including maybe your own, have dealt with poor choices and just the struggles and hardship of changing from a teenager into an adult.
And if you're from a family, and I know you are,
you know that there are things that happen in your family that other people don't know about. And it's the same with our family. There are things that happen in our family you don't know
we
about.
don't film, we don't share, so.
So just trust us that we're doing what's best. I'm really excited for Chad.